We've got the number. It's a Fox News alert. A key inflation report just released. Consumer prices jumped 8.5% over the year, the highest in more than 4 decades. Last month alone, prices were up 1.2%, which is a new high. Join us right now with what that means for your wallet. We know what it means for your wallet. There's more of your money missing. Here's Stuart.
Look, this is going to come as a real shock to anyone under 50. Because anyone under 50 has never seen anything like this before.
Right.
Inflation is now pervasive. It's throughout everything. It's not just food and gas. It's everything is going up. 8.5%. That's at the whole level.
Right.
Consumer prices up 8.5% since March of last year.
Right.
And the core rate, you take out food and energy, and you've got a 6.5% rate. That's much higher than expected, and that's extremely high. Now, President Biden's going to go out there and blame today, he's going to Iowa, he's going to blame this on Putin's price hike.
Right.
Previously, he blamed the meat packers, the oil companies, the supply chain problems. He's blaming everybody else except his own policies. In my opinion, we've been printing trillions of dollars by the Federal Reserve. Congress has spent trillions of dollars. We have deliberately ended our energy independence, and that's inflationary. And we've ended up with food prices going through the roof. What we've got is a 40-year high in inflation, a real shock to the political system. Right. We've got elections coming in November, and a real shock to the economy, because this could produce a recession.
You know, at our house, we have a drinking game. Every time the White House says Putin price hike, we take a shot of...
You'd be drunk by now, son.
I'm kidding. But they say it all the time. Yesterday, during the press briefing, the NPR reporter observed to Jen Psaki, you know, I just came back from a trip to Michigan where people said they felt the inflation before the war, before the invasion. So the White House can say Putin price hike as much as they want to, but people are smart. They know it started before that.
And the president and the administration, they know they've got a political problem here. Everybody sees this. Every time you go to the grocery store, the gas station, you go anywhere, and you know we've got an inflationary situation, and you don't like it. So they're making political excuses that it's just Putin's fault.
Right.
Not so. These price hikes began way before the war started. They began when the president instituted these policies of big spending and ending energy independence.
You know, I think a lot of people might think, okay, if it's Putin's price hike, then when the war is over, things are going to go back down to normal. But you and I were just talking about the Federal Reserve of New York made a prediction about what inflation is going to be like 1 year from right now.
1 year from right now, they say it's going to be 6.6%. That is a very elevated level of inflation. And it means that we're going to have this elevated level of inflation all the way through until next year. I don't know what the market's going to do about this or the economy. I sense a recession's coming.
You're not the only one who says that. Since you're here, let me ask you a little bit about Twitter. You know, when it came to Elon Musk, last week he bought 9% of the company, and then he was going to join the board, and people were saying, well, wait a minute, if he joins the board, he can only buy up to 15%. Yeah. Now it sounds like he could be, maybe, because the Twitter employees are freaking out. They're worried that he's going to change Twitter and make it actual free speech.
Oh, Twitter employees are horrified.
Right.
Along comes Musk and insists on free speech. Oh, please, you can't have that at Twitter. Good Lord. So I hope that he goes ahead and takes control of Twitter. I don't know whether he will or not, but I hope he does, and institutes some change. They are the public square. We should all have access to the public square, including conservative opinion. At the moment, we don't. Hopefully, Musk could make that right.
Twitter is too much like the college campus, where you only, for the most part, at most liberal colleges, you only hear one side of the story. Like on Twitter, they crack down on conservatives. So if Elon Musk is going to come out and make it more right down the middle, that's something that's good for America.
How is it that this Twitter could ban a sitting president forever from their air? I mean, how can you do that and claim that you are holding up free speech, holding out for free speech? That's nonsense. I hope Musk takes control and does something, but I don't know whether he will.
Stuart's going to take control of the Fox Business Channel in 22 minutes. We'll be watching for your coverage throughout the day because you wanted to know how the market was going to react to the lousy inflation number.
Yes, yeah. Find out at 9 o'clock. I'll tell you. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, sir. All right. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.